What's going on YouTube? This is KREESE here. Today I'm going to bring you a video on how to install this HMF slip-on exhaust I got for my 2005 Kawasaki Brute Force 650 V-twin with the solid rear axle. This is the solid rear axle model, not the 650i, which is the independent rear suspension model. So there is a difference. Make sure if you're purchasing this that you're getting the right one. Now, I'm going to walk you through step by step the instructions on how to remove this pipe and install the new one. And as you can see, I'm sure yours is, it might be worse than this. Rusted, dirt, all that stuff, never been off of here. Make sure when you're doing this that you get you a good can of some PB Blaster. It always comes in handy. And right now what we're going to do is go ahead and we're going to hit all these bolts that we're going to be loosening up. So we're just going to hit every single one of them. And I'll tell you now, the tools you're going to need, I'm probably going to have to get another extension to get that rear head pipe bolt, the bolts out of there, and probably a little wiggler. But you're going to need a 10 and a 12 millimeter. You're going to need some box end opening wrenches. So the first step is going to be to loosen the stock clamp that holds the silencer and the head pipe together. Silencer, head pipe, right here. Alright guys, so I assume you would need a wrench on the back, but this piece is cast in here in this bracket. All you need is a 12 millimeter socket and a ratchet. Go ahead and take this out. As you can see, you don't have to completely remove this bolt. All you have to do is loosen it enough so that this clamp is loose. And next, once the clamp has been loosened like it is now, loosen and remove the bolts where the exhaust pipe meets the rear head. So that's all the way up front, as you can see there, and I hit those with PB Blaster, and I'm going to show you how I get to those. Alright, so you can see I got a 12 millimeter socket, a little wiggler here, and I have actually two extensions coming off of this. So I'm going to go ahead, put my ratchet on, start working. Same setup for the top bolt. Next, we're going to loosen the two silencer mounting bolts. So the bolts are loose. What we're going to do now is I'm going to brace the silencer with one hand. You go ahead and remove the rest of the two bolts. Go ahead and take them all the way out. Alright, so that took some finagling, but we got it out of there. It's kind of tough. Now next, the gasket that's up there on the front, on the head pipe, you can remove that because we're no longer going to use that one. This kit comes with a new gasket. Alright, next what you do, go ahead and take this the larger T-bolt clamp, place it on this pipe here. Then you're going to go up, you're going to look up here. This is the pipe going to the head. This goes on the bottom hole. The muffler sits like that, just like the stock one. It'll only go in one way. Just take this, line it up, slide it all the way down nice and snug. Leave this loose. Next, go ahead and put your gasket like this on the end of this spigot by the flange. Next, go ahead and take the other T-bolt clamp and go ahead and slide it over just like that. This is how you can configure yours differently, but I have mine like this because I'm going to be working on it from this side. I'm going to put this one here. I took this one and flipped it around so it would face straight up. That way I can tighten it from here and not worrying about any interference in this gap. The next step is going to be just to slide the silencer over the stock head pipe right here. And then at the same time you're going to slide the flange of the rear header over the rear head stud. So you're going to do this all in one motion. And next, once that's done, we're just going to tighten the bolts up. Alright, so I've been working on this thing now for half an hour. And I'll show you the problem I'm having. This is flush against the rear head. Alright, that's on there. If you come up here and look, this bolt, it would line up right here. But I want you to come and look at this here. Now, this slides up and stops right here, but I want you to see how much pipe is left over. That's a good quarter of an inch. Now this is supposed to be a slip-on exhaust. I don't know if some of this would need to be cut off. It looks like there would have to be some modification. It's supposed to be a slip-on. Right now, y'all, that looks like all I can figure. Alright, so no turning back now. I grabbed a hacksaw. I'm taking 1/4 to 3/8 of an inch off. I didn't really measure it, just eyeballed it. But y'all, there's absolutely no way this thing is going to fit this way. Absolutely no way. It would not just directly slip on. Alright, so took this off, we'll see how this thing fits now. Alright guys, well this has been a royal pain in the ass, but I walled this hole out a little bit, drilled it out some, and I got it right here. So it's just everything I got, pushing it, twisting it, everything I got, and this is it right here. So I'm gonna go ahead, take this bolt, see if this bad boy will go in, and I think this is gonna do it, guys. It looks like we're in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and tighten this down, and I'll be glad to be done with this. And I got a nice set of these DeWalt solid core drill bits. I used the one right here on the far end, the 3/8 inch, because it lined up perfect with it's about the same size as this hole here. So as you can see, I went ahead and got it mounted, and it's good and solid, y'all. I mean, I'm moving it, it's not going anywhere, so everything's good. Like I said, I put that washer on there. I went ahead and snugged this down, and you'll need to go back periodically and check these. I just put it together right now. It did have from the factory some red Loctite in there. I'm gonna go ahead and just watch this for a while. Once I get everything going, check it out, I'll probably pull it out and put some blue Loctite on just to make sure it stays on there good and tight, doesn't vibrate off going down the trails or something. But now, next, go ahead, snug these up, your clamps. Like I said, I put this one here, and I got this one right here. So I'm gonna go ahead, snug these down. These are actually, this bolt on here is an 11mm. So I'm gonna go ahead with a ratchet and extension, tighten these up. All right guys, so this is my setup. Like I said, this is how I installed them, because this is how I wanted them. Went ahead and put this one here, got them both snugged up good. This is snug. Everything's solid, guys. It's not going anywhere. Had to do a little modification. Like I said, this is the actually first exhaust aftermarket one I've installed. So I don't know if some companies you have to do some modifications to them, but I have a pretty good, pretty mechanically inclined, so I'm pretty good at figuring this stuff out and working around problems. But anyway, if you have a little mechanical know-how, some good common sense, you can kind of figure this stuff out. But anyway, this is it, and this is my setup. Unfortunately, I can't do a sound test today, and I'm doing a separate video on how to install a jet kit in a Brute Force 650. So that's why I have the carburetors off. I actually have them in the shop, so you can check that video out. I'll post a link to that in the description below. But anyway, can't do a sound clip today. Once I get everything together, make sure you check out that other video too, because if you're going to install the exhaust, you really need to install the jet kit also, rejet the carburetor. But I'm pretty happy with in the looks department, it looks pretty good. I'll probably go ahead and install that spark arrestor that came with it at some point, but this is it right here. It looks like you got 3 Allen head screws right here on the back. Well, actually 4 of them, because right now it's straight all the way through. So I may install that. Just from where I'm riding now, it's not really going to matter, but going to like a park or something, trails, they usually, they will check that sometimes. But anyway, this is it. Reese, thank y'all for watching, and I'll post that sound clip as soon as I get everything back together. Thanks for watching, y'all.